Well, hello friends, and welcome back to our channel. I'm Renee, and we have been so busy out here planting everything. We finally got things done. We do have to replant a couple things that a little rabbit munched on, but for the most part, it's done. So we're going to take you around and show you all our little gardens, our raised beds, and all the things we've been busy doing. Starting with my bucket right here. This is all herbs, and I've got a couple of pansy plants in there, but I've got basil, I've got sage. I wish you could smell too. These are wonderful. This is oregano, and this is thyme, and it smells divine, all of it. I love that. Over here on this side, I've got a pot full of nasturtiums, a pot full of pansies, and that is fern leaf dill, no, bouquet dill. That is bouquet dill in that pot. And then growing in this one right here, this is the first year, friends, that I've ever grown fennel. And it's doing absolutely fantastic. And those of you who wonder what fennel is, you can use every part of this plant is edible. And but the root or the bulb, it forms a bulb. If you can see over here, it'll start forming a nice big bulb on the bottom, and that's what I use. You can come close, mister. That bulb right there, that will form a nice big bulb, and that's what's nice. I love to roast that with onion. Wonderful. Absolutely. So we'll go over here first. We'll start this way. Whew. This first section right here is a hot mess. This is my onions, and it's got weeds and volunteer sunflowers in there. And I just leave it just like that because these are my Egyptian walking onions, as you can see right there. They don't care about weeds. They don't mind a little extra weeds in there. Isn't that cool looking? And they call them walking onions because this will get heavy and this will fall over into your garden. And see the new sprouts on it? It will sprout up again, and it'll start growing again. And they all do that, most all of them. I got a few long grasses in here I don't want in there. Goodness sakes, where are you at? He's a big one. There we go. Get him out of there. That's just too much. I got them growing out the rocks everywhere. I got onions growing out the rocks. Look what I did. Okay. This right here is the cutest darn wheelbarrow I think I've ever gotten a hold of. It was my neighbor Janet, and she passed away. And her husband said, take whatever you want. And I always remember Janet. She would be weeding all her flowers, and she would bring all her weeds and stuff over to our compost, and all you'd hear is the squeaky wheelbarrow coming. And I always knew it was Janet. Well, I got her wheelbarrow, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to plant flowers in it. You could have used it, but I thought, you know, I'm just going to do flowers in it. And I get these leaves like this. I just break them off. I got to spray them with a little organic spray because the bugs are eating these like crazy. But I've got pansies in here. I've got some marigolds and nasturtiums, and I love it. This garden here, these are bachelor buttons right there, and they're getting ready to bloom. I got a few of them in there. This is all just flowers. There's 4 o'clocks, marigolds, cosmo, nasturtiums, zinnias. They're the cut and come again zinnias. Beautiful. I love that. And then this is all mint. This was taken over most of this side of the garden, but I tilled a lot of it out of there. What I would really like is to see this spread all around the tree. And yeah, I'll show you right here. We got a little bunny. Hey, that little shit. Look at, he's chewed all my cabbage. I got more, thank goodness. So that one, we got to spray it because he's ate some of my, though they're volunteer, he's ate some flowers and stuff. Oh, he's a little stinker. And we got the girls over here. They're doing good. We put the new chickens, the babies, we took them out of their brooder box over here, and we put them in the coop with the others. So they're in their final home now. I planted these a while back in pots, a few of the nasturtiums. I just break off the bad leaves here. And it looks nice in that hanging by the chicken coop there. And then this is an old wash tub from an old wash machine. And I've had that for quite a few years now. And I always plant it full of pansies. Right by the chicken coop. Oh, look at my broody girls. Oh, they're just so broody. Look at how fluffy she is. Oh, she's going to get mad at me. I don't think she's got anything under there, does she? No. Oh, honey, you're a good girl. And these are my little show girls. These girls are pretty. Can you see? Watch, I'll show you. Oh. That's okay, honey. That's okay. There we go. No, 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 no. Come on. Come here. Come here. We got to show you off. See her pretty little blue wattles? She's called a showgirl. All right, get back in there. Ha! She's another one. Oh, yes, you're all fired up now, aren't you? This is where I hang my eggs. And at the end of the day, this is one day's worth, isn't it? Yep. At the end of the day, I'll finish gathering eggs, and we'll take them all in. We got more pots here. We got pansies. And look, friends, we got more girls in here. I don't see any of the little ones in there. They must have went back in.
They just chased them back in the house.
Oh, the rooster did? Look at all these ladies. Oh, this one's madder than a old wet hornet. Shh. That's okay, sister. It's okay. And nobody can take your eggs. Not right now, anyway. Then we got this one. See how broody? They're all broody. But I don't need any more chickens, so we don't want them to... Look, watch her. She just stands right up. She gets so mad. Ooh! You didn't get me. I don't even think she's got anything under her nose. She doesn't. She's just sitting there. We'll let them go. Look how pretty her feathers are. Look at those pretty feathers. All of them. All right. We'll leave them go to bed. Okay. So... that's for the chickens. They're something, aren't they? I love my chickens. This, I've got a friend that's going to be bringing me straw. Straw with, hopefully with no seed in it. I'm going to use it for like mulch to keep those look like a hot mess, but they really aren't. They're doing pretty good. I had to spray them because I got a hold, in my greenhouse, friends, I got a hold of the cucumber beetle. So I sprayed that with some neem oil. And I think I got rid of the cucumber beetles. I hope. So it looks like a hot mess, but I think it'll do okay. I might have to replace a couple of them, but then again, I might not. But I need some straw to go in there around those plants. And the same with these. And how a potato plant got in there, I have no idea, because this is a brand new bed with brand new dirt. And these are peppers, and they're doing real good. And that's only because that rabbit doesn't get up in this raised bed. Otherwise, this would all be gone too. But I did spray these with neem oil, and these are rutabaga and beets and dill. That's fern leaf dill. So I sprayed it because look at all the bugs were just eating the heck out of this. And though I got new ones coming on, you know, they'll survive. They'll be okay. But I did spray that. I don't like to use anything strong, so I usually use neem oil. And I got pansies over there. And look at what my husband got me, friends. A pretty little windmill. Look at that. A pretty little windmill from my garden. Isn't that pretty? I love that. And this is our ingrown garden, or in-ground garden. Man, this looks like hell. I'm telling you. We had a couple of bunny rabbits here, and they just ate the heck out of this. So we have to replace, and I still do. I have a lot of cabbages and rutabagas and stuff like that. So we're going to replace all this with cabbage and rutabaga, and I'm going to have to replace a few of my sunflowers where they ate the tops off of them. This is the first time I've had rabbits in the yard, but I think Charlie, our old cat, would keep them all away because I've had an ingrown garden before and it was never disturbed by anything. And we had to, of course, put Charlie to sleep, and you know, now we're infested with rabbits and squirrels and everything under the sun. So, but we'll get that, and that will do pretty good. This is a cherry tomato. Actually, it is the atomic grape tomato that was sent to me from a viewer in Texas. And we're going to see how that does. It's looking good. Hey, ladies. My raised beds are doing wonderful because the rabbits can't get up to them. This is a whole row of celery. The outside row. And we got marigolds all in the middle. And tomatoes. They're all different kinds of tomatoes. I got hillbilly tomatoes. I got San Marzano tomatoes because I use those for my canning, my paste tomatoes. And I got some red pear and red plum. Yeah, red pear and yellow plum tomatoes. I knew I'd get that out of there. So these are doing phenomenal. And then on the other side here, oh, take a look at this first, friends. Remember the potatoes that we planted? If that's not beautiful, I don't know what is. These all look wonderful. And if you look, these are the early reds. Whoops, I just pulled that off accidentally. They've got blooms on them. And usually with the potatoes, it's like once they're done blooming, which is going to be a little while yet, and then about 2 weeks after it's all done blooming, then you'll be able to harvest your potatoes. I'll probably harvest these closer to the end of July. They got quite a ways to go yet. These are all peas growing up, and these are going to start putting out peas because they're already starting to bloom. Beautiful. We'll go behind you real quick. Right here. My granddaughter. We got kale, and you know, this is supposed to be cabbage, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like the red kohlrabi, but we'll find out. But I do got the yellow or the green cabbage, and we got kale in there, and then we've got yellow squash and flowers. There's zinnias on each side, and I like those. Okay, we got to go back over here. If you look over there, mister, look at that bed of potatoes. Just phenomenal. And you can see my beautiful peas. The little flowers. They're going to start putting out peas pretty soon. Don't they look nice? They're so healthy and beautiful looking. This bed over here. Oh, and you can see here, these are all going to start blooming. You can see the buds in these. See those? These are gorgeous. These are the Kennebecs. And I'm surprised they're already blooming because Kennebecks usually take longer than the red ones, and we did plant them at the same time. On this side, we've got more cucumbers. And I'm glad I got extra because that bed worries me a little bit because of that cucumber beetle. This is all parsley in front here because we use a lot of parsley. And I got cucumbers in the first half of the bed.
Sorry.
What happened?
The chickens were reacting to the light on the tree.
Oh.
So I got sidetracked.
Oh. That half of the bed is all cucumbers. And this half is tomatoes. And let's see what these are. Oh yeah, these are the atomic grape on this side. A couple of them. So nice. And I always got a little bit of nasturtiums and a few flowers around here and there. Flowers helps things. It's good companions. Look at how beautiful these potatoes are. You can almost hide in there. And I didn't hill these up with anything either. But none of these, I really don't have to do that because none of these potatoes in here are indeterminate. They're all determinate. So they only get so big. But look, they're gorgeous. Man, those are nice. Okay, we got the other side of the greenhouse. Greenhouse is a hot mess because I'll clean that after everything's done planted. After everything gets going. This bed is all green beans. And you can see where there's bare spots. Oh, you can see too where they're starting to come up. I had to plant more because the little bugs, see, they're starting to come up all through there. The little bugs were eating them. So I got to get out here and spray this. I haven't sprayed this yet. So I'll spray that with some neem oil, or I'll use some BT on it because I use that quite a bit. This on this side is my cuckoozy squash. And that's going to be wonderful, friends. That squash, for those of you who don't know what cuckoozy squash is, it's a big long squash like the size of baseball bats. And it is delicious. I love making an Italian soup with it. So these are doing good. They already got their tendrils out. They're getting ready to hook up to this fence and take off. And we'll just wrap that around there if we can. This will stay. Beautiful. On this side too, this is cuckoozy squash. And these are the red wing onions. Look at how gorgeous they are. They get huge. And it's really odd because these, maybe they just mature faster than the candy onions, but they're just enormous. And every so many days I come through and I weed it really good so they stay nice and weeded. These on this side, these are the candy onions. And it's the same dirt. I use the same amendments in there. And they're not quite as big, but they might take a little longer to grow than the rest. I don't know. But pretty soon I'll be able to come out here and take a couple of the greens off each of the plants and use them, and I freeze dry them for my onion top. And I put them in my enormous. It's all, look at it's all wrinkled up. Ah, isn't that funny? So we got that. And we amended that with some. All I use in my bed is bone meal, blood meal, and chicken meal. And that's it. And we go down to where the village has their compost pile, and we get some extra compost. We had to this year. You already know that story. But we got the compost, and that's all that's in the Friends, this is our sitting area. And that was my mother's chair sets. And that's our huge mulberry tree. And every year we get tons of mulberries off that. And we did have to trim it because it had a lot of dead branches hanging right over our driveway. So we trimmed quite a bit of it up. But we'll still be able to get a lot of the, I don't know if we can reach that or not. We can still get a lot of the mulberries off there. You can even just lay a tarp down and they'll fall right onto the tarp. But look, they can see these. Come here and show them. That's all the mulberries on there.
I can't. Oh, I see them now.
See them? Just tons of them. They turn everything purple. And that's our lilac bush. I didn't get any lilacs on that this year. It seems like lately, every other year, it blooms beautifully. So we went through and we trimmed it and we cleaned out the inside and we trimmed it right down. Hopefully that will help it. I got my pots here and my little, this is one of those little solar fountains. And I love this up here. The little birds come up here and drink. But this is an old enamelware pan that I got from Tracy, gave that to me. This is another old enamelware pan and it's got, the bottom is all rusted and holy. So I grow a little bit of lettuce in there and we just trim this up and we have it with all our salads. This is just a little pot of pansies. I love pansies. They're so pretty. They're edible too. Most of the flowers, I think all the flowers I grow are edible. Anyway, and here we got dill. That's fern leaf dill. We got parsley. We got basil. And then when this gets big enough, I can propagate this so I can have more basil plants through the summer. I just stuck this thyme plant in here the other day, and I'll show you where that comes from. That is sage, and it's wonderful. This in here, this is all flowers that I planted. Again, the same as the other one. Cosmo, marigolds, nasturtiums, 4 o'clocks, zinnias. Do I got any zinnias in there? No, I don't got any zinnias in there. They're all in the other bed. And I got that sedum. I really need to clean the grass out of that. But that sedum is beautiful. And it started with just a little piece and it's just taken over there. This is how I started my Egyptian walking onions. Look at how wild those look. I kept them in containers because they call them Egyptian walking onions for a reason. They are invasive. They'll take over your entire garden if you let them. But in the same breath, they're valuable. These little bulbettes are like, you can get about 10 of them for like $40. They're very expensive. And this over here, we put up this cattle panel. We cut it in half for our pole beans. You can see there where my little beans are coming up, my pole beans. All along there. And they'll grow up that fence or that cattle panel and they'll be beautiful and it goes right to the bottom of my window so I'll still be able to see them. And in front of here I've got peppers going and those will be gorgeous. I've got Spanish cayenne peppers and regular Spanish peppers and I got some oh my gosh, a sweet mix, and I can't think of the name of them right yet. This is oregano over here. This grows in here every year. It comes back. And you can see where I've already harvested a nice chunk of that plant. And I put some thyme in here too, because that thyme will take up the other section. And there's some over here as well. I love that oregano. This was where the thyme and my French tarragon was. And I took it all out of here because it was the thyme, it was mostly dead. Just had a few little clumps of live thyme, so that's what you see in the other beds. I just transplanted it. And I put a big old patty pan squash in there. I think that's a patty pan. That might be a zucchini. Anyway, here's my chives. I love these. I've already harvested a bunch of these. I've got some bouquet dill in here, and I've also got parsley in there. And over here, I just take these leaves out of here. This is zucchini. So that must be a patty pan over there because it's big. These are my scarlet runner beans, and those ones, I planted them at the same time. These are already up and those are just starting to come up. And that's really odd. And I got some marigolds in there with them. Those two zucchinis will take over this entire bed. And the beans will do good for them because beans put nitrogen into the ground. So those beans will grow straight up all over the trellis. The zucchini will take over the bed and it'll be beautiful. By the time the zucchini gets big enough, the marigolds will be poking through the top. So they'll be gorgeous. Same on this bed. Same thing. I've got scarlet runner beans and zucchini and marigolds. Same thing, just a different bed. Now over here, I got a bean plant that died. These are, these were sent to me a gift. These are hyacinth beans. I think they're absolutely going to be gorgeous. And that's why I need to get some straw here. I need to come in here. It looks like it's sand, but it's not. It's really nice dirt in here and chicken poo. But I need to aerate this a little bit, get these few weeds out of here, and put some straw down in here so it holds in the moisture. That patty pan, it doesn't grow vertical, but even though the beans are on here, I can still hook this patty pan as it gets big and spreads. I can hook it to that fence and it'll be good. These, I don't know how many of these are going to make it. Every one of these was a volunteer cucumber plant from last year when I grew cucumbers in there. All I did was spread them out a little bit. And we got something that's chewing some of these right up. And that's okay because I've got so many planted in here, it won't hurt a thing. See, I got this one over here that can come out. The rest of them will do just fine in there. Oh, this is a, what kind of tomato? Oh, this is a Roma tomato, container tomato. She's gonna be beautiful in there. She's already looking good. Come look at her. See how she does in there? I love Roma tomatoes. Okay, so on this side, I have the same thing. I have one patty pan squash, and those are Kentucky Wonder pole beans. So those will be good. And it looks like one or two I might have to replace. And that's all right, I usually do. Every year I usually have to replace one or two of them. I might have to replace that whole patty pan. But it's still beginning. It's still planting time. So these are my bush crop cucumbers. And those ones are doing beautiful in there. Absolutely. And over there, I have my Swiss chard. And it's going to do nicely there. We were going to make this area into one great big, like 4x16 raised bed. But we didn't get to that this year. So that'll be something we're going to do next year. Okay. Y'all remember when we had the porch done? I still got my one hosta on this side. My daughter took the other one home that they had to take out to get the porch on. And now, oh, this is all that's left. This is what I do with my plants. I've been selling the heck out of these, and some I've been giving away. So there's more fennel on the end there. They are doing good. I need to get them in the ground, so hopefully people will keep coming and helping themselves. And look at that. They plant them and then they bring me back my goodies. Up on my porch here, I want to show you this. That came from my mom's house, that little pail. I thought it would be pretty with a couple of little flowers in there. And then I had that one in the greenhouse. So that's pretty. And I got a geranium in there that I got 6 of them from my Amish friend. Probably what, in February? Yeah, I think it was February. And I finished nursing them and growing them in the greenhouse. And they did beautiful. And I got this one. Look at, she's a beautiful red. And then I knew she was going to be red, so I put purple pansies in there with her. Because purple and red, I love it in flowers. Every color goes together when it's flowers. And there's my other 2 hostas. They're doing good. And that's mugwort that's coming up. Or no, spiderwort. That spread all the way from my neighbors over there from their bed. They're growing spiderwort in there. Oh, look, you can take a peek at the market stand, friends. Look at my little sign I put up. Fresh eggs for sale. There's all kinds of stuff in here. I got seeds down there, towels, hand crocheted towels. I got cookies in here. I got my snack mix, onions. Look at all those cookies, friends. I sell those 2 for $1. 2 cookies in a pack for $1. I know this is supposed to be a garden tour, but you know, this is on the way. So I had to show you. I souped it up a little more too. I had to add a little more inventory. That's all my jam. And I'm getting ready to make strawberry jam for out here too. I've got homemade granola, homemade croutons. I make a lot of my own stuff. My own shake and bake mix, my own seasoned breadcrumbs. Of course, not the rice. Down here, I loaded it up with the freeze-dried candies. I got Skittles, marshmallows. I also got freeze-dried watermelon down there. And then that's freeze-dried onions and peppers and vegetable soup mix. Look at this, friends. I'm going to show this to you. This is a freeze-dried soup starter. That's a $5 pouch. Isn't that nice? It's got all kinds of stuff in there. It's got green beans. It's got onions, bok choy, yellow summer squash, zucchini, corn, onions, peppers. It's beautiful. I souped up, or I souped up my spices, so I have enough in there now for the summer season. And my bean soup mixes and stuff, that's all up there. My homemade laundry soap, I sell that too. And it sells pretty good. And I sell that big old gallon for only $4. And then Tracy makes these. Tracy makes these, and they're absolutely beautiful. I've got a customer coming in. You can see the car out there. We got all these tables, 2 big tables out here, because I told you we feast out here on the weekends, and we always have a lot of people. Look at this beautiful, I put this pot together, and I love the little, I put sweet potato vine, a geranium, and a spike in there, and I love it. It looks so nice. And down here, of course, I got a little bit of parsley and some nasturtiums, and that's all that's one hosta. I'll go on that other side. There's my little pond, all my rocks around it. I'll go on this side and show you. I've got my hostas. That is sedum. That's all around the rocks there. That right below me, let's see, right here is thyme. This right here is pineapple mint, and it smells divine. Thyme, more pineapple mint, and I put a few impatiens around here because this is a pretty shaded area, and impatiens love shade. I've got mint here. Friends, I never planted a stitch of mint near this pond, and I've got mint growing up over here. It had some spread from over in my other flower bed. And this is all my grasses. I love these. They're gorgeous. So the mint is growing up with the grasses. They're absolutely beautiful. This bed, friends, is all tomatoes in the back. I got pear tomatoes and hillbilly tomatoes back in there. I just want to see how they do on this side of the garage, since, you know, they don't get a full day of sunlight. So I put peppers in here, and some nasturtiums. Over here, friends, I was gonna take this out of here, and I probably will next year because we ran out of time. Really, we've been doing so much. We put in all the new beds. We just ran out of time. And if you look over here on the left side of me, you'll see 2 stumps. Next year, we're gonna put a bed because, well, that stump, I think that's Larry's property, isn't it? That's both of ours. Anyway, we're gonna put a bed over here and cover those 2 stumps, and they'll rot even faster. But we're gonna put a nice long raised bed over there, and we're gonna grow a little garden over here, and that'll be Larry's. This in here, oh, this too. This used to be Janet's flower bed. You can vaguely see. And right here is the property line. This post. So when Janet was here, I didn't care if she had it on my side of the yard because her and I got along so good. Well, Larry doesn't mind either, but neither one of us had time, and she was passed away about 3 years before Larry moved in. So it just went back to grass. But you can see the black in there where she had her, what do they call that, landscaping fabric? Yeah, we've got to work on getting that out somehow. It's a nightmare. But that was a hosta that I planted there for her about, oh my gosh, 2 years before she passed away. So this fall, when that dies back, I'm gonna dig that up and I'm gonna put it in another area of the yard. Larry doesn't want it. This is all morning glories, and they grow right up and they're so beautiful. So next year I'll take this out, and I probably will not put anything back over here because we're gonna have that bed behind us. And that's Larry's property over there behind the fence. And every so often he loves it when we put a few of the chickens over there to, you know, scratch around and eat the ticks, and they have a ball over there. So that works out well. Anyway, friends, that is our yard. We did a lot, and we still got jobs to do. I've got to replace what the bunny rabbit devoured, and I've got to replace some of my what are they? Cucumbers. And we're going to build our floor in our little kitchen area. So that's it, friends. I hope you enjoyed this little walk around and all the lovely things we got in our yard, all the hard work we've done. Oh my goodness. Oh, look, we even got a bat house. We get a bat in our house every year. And you know, bats are good in your yard, but not in your house. So we put a bat house up, you know, halfway up that partially dead tree. And hopefully they'll, you know, move in there and leave our inside alone. But there you have it, friends. We hope you enjoyed our walk around. You all have a wonderful day. We'll see you in the next video. And get ready, the next one will be cooking. I'll see you in the next video, friends. And as always, thanks for watching.